So one of my favorite times of the year is upon us, harvest time. So in this video, I'm going to take you along and show you the process of harvesting soybeans. A good friend of mine who I've known for many years, we've been helping each other out that whole time. He agreed to take the beans off for me again this year, so that worked out real well. Bear with me, it's a long video and I tried to get as much footage as I could of the whole process, but it's just the two of us. He's in the combine and the goal is to keep that combine moving. So I'm running between truck and tractor and pickup truck and everything in between, trying to get the beans hauled away and keep that combine moving. And when you have good weather like we had, you got to take advantage of it. And he's got a lot more fields to combine other than mine, so got to keep them moving. So hope you enjoy.
Well, today's the day. Over here at my buddy's farm, he's going to combine my beans for me. Hopefully it goes good. Let's get the truck hooked up here with the head. And he just left to head that way. Got all hitched up. Let's get loaded up here and then we'll come back and grab that 7140 in that cart there. Well, we're all hitched up to the grain head, heading to the field. Let's see how these beans go today. The weather doesn't get any nicer than this. It's supposed to be high 60s today, I believe, so. Man, is it a nice day. I see him up ahead there. It takes a little while for the combine to get there. You don't go as fast as a pickup, that's for sure. We'll get there, come on. We caught up to him. Got about another mile and we'll be at the field. Get this head hooked onto the combine, then I'll run back and get the cart, bring that back over here, and get a ride back and bring the dump truck over. You betcha. I'll let them get turned around here and then I'll pull up this head. Can line up and then we'll get it hooked up and I'll head back and get that other stuff back here so we can get this going.
So I thought I'd jump in here real quick and just explain a little bit about each machine that we're using here. And this is for the folks that may have never been around farm machinery, or maybe you're just a little bit curious about what we're doing here. And ideally I would have liked to have taken the time to really explain things and film it as we went, but that didn't work out that way. With only two of us working here, that wouldn't have been good to take that time away from the job at hand. So I'll do the best I can to explain this. I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there that know way more than I do, but I grew up around farm machinery, so I know a little bit about it. So this first machine is the combine. The combine is a very complex piece of machinery. There's a lot of moving parts, and they're all doing a lot of different things inside of that. The grain head, which I'm pulling behind this pickup truck, it has a reel, it has a set of knives, it also has an auger, and it basically is bringing everything into the combine. So once it's hooked up to the combine and we're moving through the field there, it's clipping the plant off at ground level. Then it brings everything into the machine. It separates the soybean, in this case, from the rest of the plant, which would be your stem and your soybean hull. That gets shredded up and spit out the back of the machine. The soybean gets stored in the tank, ready to be loaded out into a cart or a dump truck. That same grain head that you see here can also be used for other grains, smaller grains like wheat, oats, things like that. A corn head is a different type of head altogether, and hopefully I'll get some footage of that in a future video. But so this is the combine. It's a very important piece of the puzzle here, and my buddy just rebuilt this one here a couple years back, so it's doing a real good job of keeping the soybeans clean, which is very important. I'll explain a little bit about that later in the video, but you want to keep it as clean as possible, and you don't want to damage each individual soybean either, because that's no good, and you won't get paid for that. So it's good to keep the grain in good condition from field to wherever you're selling it.
Alright, it's hooked up, ready to go. He'll get that started. I'll head down and bring old Big Mac back first. Old Big Mac. Well, let's go get this 7140. Get that over to the field. How we doing today, Mr. Magnum? You're good? Afternoon to you. How you doing this afternoon? You betcha. Liquid gold. Get this cart over to the field. Big Mac is over there. See how he's getting along with the combine. Some four-way action. Coast is clear. Tractor. I spent quite a few hours in this tractor over the years. This used to be pretty much his main tilling tractor for a lot of years. Now he's got one a little bit bigger, big old quad track. This one did a lot of acres. A lot of acres those years. Well, we got a little bit of a ride to get there. A few miles.
So here I am taking the grain cart out to the field, or grain buggy some folks call it, pulling it with a Case International 7140, which 7140 is a phenomenal tractor. If anybody's ever been in one of those, they could definitely testify to that. I'm sure somebody's made videos on that tractor, deservingly so. But anyways, back to the buggy. The buggy is a very important piece of the puzzle as well. It basically keeps that combine moving. A lot of these fields are so big that the combine can't make it around or can't make it down and back without filling up. So that buggy kind of can meet it halfway, can run with it alongside of it. You can unload on the go, bring that grain back out to the road wherever the truck is waiting, and keeps the combine moving. In smaller fields like we're dealing with here, if the truck's gone, that combine can come over, dump into the grain buggy, and keep on combining. So it basically speeds the process up and makes things a lot more efficient. So grain buggy, another piece of the puzzle.
Getting my exercise in. Beautiful day for a walk. Combine seems to be doing good. So he's out there. I gotta go up here, get this truck. Well, here we are. We'll get a little bit more on that one, and that'll be it. Everything's working pretty good, pretty good.
So the last piece of equipment we're using here in this operation is the dump truck. So it doesn't matter whether you're using a semi with a dump trailer, a dump truck like this one. Some folks use a gravity wagon. They also have the grain trailers with the bottom unloaders. Doesn't matter. Basically, you need something to take it from the field to the elevator if you're selling it directly from the field, which I am in this case, or if you're hauling it back to your farm. If you have grain bin storage, you need something to haul that grain from the field to there. So that's what this dump truck is doing for us here today. So the dump truck.
these beans unloaded, go back and get another load. We're getting there. Sucker on the tarp here. Looks like there's a little line. Not terrible. So here I am at our local elevator, and they call it elevator because there's a series of elevators and conveyors, augers that basically bring the grain from the ground pits, which you're dumping into, up to the top, and then it's directed from there into each bin wherever they're going to store soybeans or corn. So folks have just called them elevators for forever. So it's just a grain facility. So basically what's going to happen here, I'm going to untarp, I'm going to pull onto the scale, they're going to weigh me with the gross weight. They have basically it's like a vacuum cleaner on a stick, and they're going to pull out a sample, and then they're going to test it for moisture, they're going to weigh it. They're going to look at the sample for foreign matter. That goes back to what I was talking about earlier with the combine, keeping the grain clean. Anytime they see stems or leaves in there, they're going to dock you, because then they have to clean it before it's moved to wherever it's going to end up at. So back in the day, old combines didn't do that good of a job keeping the grain clean. So a lot of times you'd have to clean the grain with a seed cleaner. It's a series of sifters before you'd even haul it up, or else you get docked big time. So if your weight's good and your moisture's good and you don't have much foreign matter, you're gonna make out and not get docked for anything. So my moisture was averaging right around 12%, which is good for beans. So they can basically just store them at that moisture. So after I get weighed here, I'm gonna pull ahead, unload, and then I'll weigh one more time empty, and then I'll get a weigh slip, and away I go back to get another load. So I'll try to insert a copy of the weigh slip here, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about as far as what they're looking for. Then you also have the choice. You can either sell it or you can store it. In my case, I'm just going to sell it directly. You can pay to store it if you don't have a grain facility at your farm or wherever to store your own grain. You can pay these guys to store it too, but that's a gamble. The prices may go up or down and you may end up losing money. So in my case, I'm just selling it right from the field at whatever the market price is.
What are you doing with those?
Gonna sell them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Gotta back up a little bit there so I can get through.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm heading back to my buddy's farm. He gave me a call while I was waiting in line with this second load, and he received a call from a local feed mill that he has a deal with that they needed a load of corn. So I'm heading back to his place now. He got finished up with the combine. There's still some beans in the cart back at the field at my place, so I'll get those in the morning here. But we need to get this load of corn loaded up in the dump truck so he can head out first thing in the morning. When you got a contract with a feed mill like this, that's guaranteed money. So if they call and they say they need corn, then you got to get it to them, keep them happy, or else they'll find somebody else that will. So there's always something changing on a farm, but that's part of the appeal. You're always doing something different. It's usually never the same. So we'll get back, get this loaded up, and have a little bit more footage here on day 2 coming up.
Looks a little bit different. Everything got combined yesterday, went good. Only had a couple little ruts right here in a low spot here, and a couple along the woods where the sun doesn't ever dry anything up. But other than that, I'm very happy the way everything went. I got one more load to haul this morning, and that'll be it for the beans for this year. So we'll go get Mr. Magnum 7140 over here, get him fired up, take it back to my buddy's farm, load up Big Mack, and head over to the elevator. There's Mr. Magnum in the cart. My buddies from the farm up the road are getting their corn off over there. They worked pretty late last night. I'm sure they'll be out here shortly. Looking good. There's a chance of rain this afternoon and a little bit this evening, and then it looks okay for a while. So hopefully everybody can get their stuff going here. You betcha. Good morning. Did you sleep good last night? I know I did. Let's see how you do this morning. It was 29 degrees this morning, a little bit chilly. changed. Instead of hauling the last load of beans right now, I need to run up and get a load of 304, 10 ton. My buddy's getting a little building put up to house his
They can do what they're supposed to. Same thing with equipment. Whether it's dozers, excavators, tractors. I've operated a lot of different things over the years. And I'm not a professional by any means. And never try to be arrogant about it, but I can usually make things do what they're supposed to. Give me a little bit of time. Just like anything in life. That's why I tell my kids, you do things long enough, you practice, you'll get better at it. I think that holds true for just about anything you tackle in life. So, well, we'll get down the road here, get this stone, and then we'll get back to the farm. Well, we got another change of plan. I'm in a different truck now. We're over here still getting the 304s, but switch trucks. Today I've been in a tractor, 2 dump trucks, and the day's not over yet, so I'm sure I'll be in something else before the day's over. That's just the way it goes. Anybody that's ever been around a farm, worked on a farm, you know what I'm talking about. You kind of got to be a jack of all trades, master of none, as they say. You can operate everything. Might not be the greatest at it, and that's mainly because you don't operate one piece of machinery day in and day out. It takes many pieces of machinery to operate a farm. Or even if you're a one-man excavation guy, you got to know how to run an excavator, you got to know how to run dozer, dump truck, low boy, if you need a low boy to haul big enough stuff, gooseneck on a pickup, which that handles differently than a tag trailer, way differently. What are you doing? You're a good boy. You're a good boy. It's October 25th. I'm standing in approximately the same spot I was a couple weeks ago on October 11th. Maybe give or take a few rows. The mule was parked over there by the tree because I didn't want to run over the beans, but so we got them done. Looks a lot different out here. Got everything combined yesterday. I hauled the last load out this morning and did not rut the field up. Too bad. I was expecting some really big ruts, but just in a couple low spots. That's about it. So very happy with that. So it'll be definitely easy to till this up in the spring. When you're tilling ground after a soybean crop, it always goes a lot smoother than after corn, just because there's less material to deal with as far as the stalks. And most of this bean material that you see here, all this stuff will be pretty much broke down by springtime, over winter. And who knows, maybe I'll even get out here and do some fall tillage and then get it worked in with the soil. And just glad it's off and everything went well. So prices aren't as high as they could be or what we'd like them to be, but nothing we can do about that, right? Looks a little different out here, don't it? You finding anything good? What was that? Somebody's shooting. Might be some duck hunters, some goose hunters. There goes a couple geese flying there. That's it for now. See y'all later. Take care. Good morning. Just wanted to jump in here real quick. It's early morning, probably around 7. A little chilly this morning. We're probably about a week and a half since we combined these beans, so just wanted to say thanks for clicking on this video. And if you stayed for the whole thing, I really appreciate it. I know it was a long one. Tried to explain the best I could as far as how things work and all that good stuff, but was pressed for time those couple days, so maybe in the future I'll have more time to explain things if people are interested. So until next time, take care. Morning. Hope everybody's doing good. Just wanted to jump in here real quick and say thanks for clicking on this video. I know it was a long one. I tried to explain things the best I could. Son of a gun. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.